Y'all, welcome to Chaz's Cuisines. Today we're making spaghetti and meatballs. So first we're going to start by chopping up some yellow onion and garlic. Now here you see I'm doing it in my food processor, but that's just an easier way for me. You can also do it by hand. We're going to poach this until it's to your liking. I want it pretty small pieces because we are putting this in our ground beef. And here we're going to start with creating our meatballs. Like I said, I'm going to add some of that onion and garlic to my ground beef. And I'm going to season with the classic Sazon seasoning. I'm also going to season with some paprika and garlic powder and onion powder. And then I'm going to add some thyme and also some oregano. And of course, to bind your meatballs together, you need an egg. I would say a large egg or 2 eggs. Mix this in together. You have to chop it up some to break up that ground beef. And as I'm doing this, I'm cooking my angel hair pasta. Now on some baking paper, we're going to shape our ground beef into meatballs. You could do any size that you want, but I want to stick to a medium large type of size because they will shrink. Now after you finish doing all that, in a preheated pan, you're going to sear on both sides your meatballs. And you can also put these in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes just to let them set. Now like I said, we're going to sear our meatballs on each side to get that brown look. And then I preheated my oven on 400 and I'm going to stick those in there for about 8 to 10 minutes just to make sure it's fully cooked. And if you need to add more olive oil, you can. Now stick them in the oven. While your meatballs is cooking, let's work on our sauce. We want to continue to use that same pan with all those flavors in it. We're going to saute our onions and our garlic. You want to soften this until we're going to cook our onion and our garlic. You want to cook this until it's pretty soft and caramelized. And you will see that your onions and garlics will suck up all that sauce. Now we're going to go ahead and add some diced tomatoes. And then we're going to add some sofrito. And this is just a Spanish tomato base mix. It's yummy. It has more onions, bell peppers, and stuff like that. It is optional, but I will recommend it. Now add in your tomato sauce. Now I use an Italian meaty tomato sauce. That's my favorite. Now we're going to season with the classic Sazon seasoning again. Oregano and thyme, and you can add salt and pepper to your liking. Some garlic powder and onion powder. And we have this on a medium-low heat. We're going to let this come to a boil, mix everything together and cover it. Let it sit for about 6 to 7 minutes and then check on it, stir it. Let it sit for a good 2 to 3 minutes. Now once your meatballs are almost done, we're going to drizzle in some cheese. We're going to mix that in and let it melt. Once your intro hair pasta is completely done, go ahead and drain that. Set it to the side. We're going to add some parsley to our tomato sauce. And after that, while our tomato sauce is heating, we're going to add in our fully cooked meatballs. And then we're going to cover it with sauce, cover it with the top, and let it simmer for an additional 5 minutes. If you decide to recreate this dish, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Shazza's Cuisines.